are at the one and only Lovely Hollow Farm on Chicken Dinner Road. I grew up just like a mile away from here. In 2016, I graduated from Utah State with an ag business degree, and I decided to come home to my family's feedlots and learn how to manage a feedlot, and I just did not really enjoy it after a while. It wasn't social enough for me. So one day I saw a photo that my little sisters posted up at U of I, and they were in a flower field in Pullman, Washington. And I was like, what is that? Like, what? This is so cute. Like, there were sunflowers and there was zinnias and there was all these girls and they're posing. And I found a few resources. There's like a couple of flower farmers in Seattle that put out lots of resources and educational content. And so I just started researching it, and I started growing stuff in 2018, opened up in 2019, not knowing what Lovely Hollow Farms would become. I thought that maybe it would be like a hobby. I didn't really think that I could make it something that I could sustain myself off of. And here we are. Now we are at a flower farm that is 8 acres, and we have sometimes over 1,000 visitors on bigger event days, and I couldn't be more grateful. I'm just like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. Treasure Valley is growing rapidly, right? There's subdivisions coming in left and right, and I actually had to go through I had to get a conditional use permit for this land to have events and food trucks and live music. And one of the biggest things is that someone was like, well, it was a neighbor, and they didn't want this to come here. And they were like, we don't want the traffic. It was peaceful and quiet here. And the commissioners asked this neighbor, okay, well, if you could pick, would you pick a flower farm or would you pick a subdivision? And at the end, they were like, okay, well, we'll pick a flower farm. And they're like, this agritourism is allowing farmers to continue to have their land and harvest it and produce it, but also have an additional source of income. It's not sustainable really anymore to just farm. And a lot of farmers are taking agritourism and they're using it as a way to cushion their source of life, which we need. It is not sustainable anymore to just grow hay and sell hay. It is not really sustainable anymore to just grow wheat and just sell wheat. You need other sources of income, and agritourism provides that. So I think it's a really beautiful way to enhance Idaho ag, still keep ag land, but be welcoming people to educate them and show them what Idaho ag is.
You want to start with a color scheme if you want, and then go from there into whites and greens.
I chose to grow flowers because I've never really seen anyone angry around flowers. It's the first time that I went to a flower farm. It was so magical and whimsical and peaceful, and I just loved doing it. So that is the story of how I became a flower farmer. I was first a feedlot junkie, and here I am growing flowers.